Gather round and let me tell you of the saga of the Midgard Viking Brotherhood. In the days of mist and fire, when the seas raged and forests whispered secrets of the old gods, there arose a band of bearded warriors unlike any other. They were not born of one blood, nor bound by tribe or tongue, but a vision, a flame that burned not for conquest, but for connection. These were the men of the Midgard Viking Brotherhood. From the ice-clad fjords to the sun-drenched shores, they gathered, bearded and bold, eyes filled with the light of something greater. Not warriors in the old sense, yet warriors still. Their weapons were not only axe and shield, but the fire of the spirit, the warmth of brotherhood, and the strength of shared purpose. Unity was their first banner, fly high over the longhouse of their hearts. They sought not to conquer lands, but to tear down the walls between them and their fellow man. No title, no coin, and no creed could divide them, for they called all men brother, and saw in every face the reflection of their own. With them rode the shield maidens, fierce and fair, not behind them, but beside them. And these women of iron will and open heart were not mere companions, but pillars of the brotherhood. Where a man might falter, a shield maiden's voice would rise like thunder, reminding all that strength comes not from might alone, but from love shared and burdens lifted together. Together they walked the path of charity, not as benefactors from above, but as kin who had once struggled, and now reached down with open hands. They fed the hungry, clothed the cold, and gave voice to the silent. In every village and hall, their deeds sang louder than their words. Each brother bore a fire within, a sacred hunger, not for gold or glory, but growth. They lived in the Viking state of being, the ambition to better their lives, the courage to step over the jagged stones of hardship, the power to endure the deepest storms, and the pursuit of honour, not for pride, but for legacy. They sharpened their minds as they sharpened their blades. In wisdom and in action they stood tall, and in all things they wore humility like a second cloak. For no brother is higher than another. The strongest hand was there to lift the weakest, not strike them down. Integrity was the iron that bound them. Oaths spoken were oaths kept, and a man's word was his axe, and a man who broke it was no brother of theirs. They stood examples of not only of what Vikings had been, what the modern warriors must become. Wherever the Midgard Viking Brotherhood went, the world grew brighter. Laughter followed them like echoes through pines. Joy, not judgment, was their offering. Feasts were held, not for the few, but for the many. Mead cups raised high, not in rivalry, but in reverence. So let the saga continue, and let it be told, and let it be known that the Midgard Viking Brotherhood does not dwell in the past. They live in the now, in every act of kindness, every barrier broken, and every life uplifted. This saga is not over. It lives in you if you dare to walk the path. So raise your horns, lock arms with your brothers, honour your shield maidens who stand with you, and let the world know we are one tribe. Unity, charity, growth, humility, integrity. We are the Midgard Viking Brotherhood. Skald.